All right, we're still with Punch. Let me take the story concerning Nigeria's lambast wiki. So what happened was that the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has come under serious fire for his comments about the kidnappings going on in Abuja. Angered by a statement, the Northern Elders Forum, Middle Belt Forum, Youth Forum, and others have said they described him as being insensitive and, what he said, unfortunate. According to them, at the last count, over 25 persons had been kidnapped within 2 weeks in the FCT. So what happened? He said that, according to what Nyesom Wike said, he said, the former governor of Rivers said, some politicians are bent on making sure the government does not survive. And what do? They create unnecessary tension and carry out propaganda that something is happening here. That will tell you that, they will tell you that 25 people have been kidnapped, but that you cannot stop crime anywhere. There are those who are blackmailers who are paid to make this kind of propaganda. We can dismiss the public outrage over the kidnappings as unnecessary, saying you cannot stop total crime. Let somebody tell me, as a professional, that there is anywhere in this world where there is no crime. Because kidnapping happened last night in 1 or 2 places, therefore there is insecurity in the whole of FCT. That is not correct. So obviously, the Northern Elders Forum said that it was quite insensitive of him to say that.
This is not River State, where you hold assembly and everybody say, is it not? They say not. This is the FCT. It is nothing but everybody. Yes, and cultures are different. And, you know, and it is very insensitive. He shouldn't have even responded. He should just continue to do his work. And make sure that, you know, the place is safe. It's not time for bantering and response.
Ondo State Police Command yesterday arrested 2 persons in connection with the death of a man, Abiodun Akintomowo, in Ondo State. And they said he reportedly lost his life after allegedly having a sex romp with a woman suspected to be his girlfriend in a hotel located at Akin Jagula community on Sunday. So the State Police Public Relations Officer, Mrs. Fumilayo, was the one who declined to reveal the identity of the suspect, but said one of them was the girlfriend and the other person was the owner of the hotel where the incident happened. So according to the story, they said he wasn't feeling fine after the sex romp. The girlfriend in the room started, you know, screaming and got help. By the time they came, they tried to revive him, but he had lost his life. So they quickly took him to so he collapsed after that.
Not cardiac.
They took him, we don't know yet, maybe, took him to the hospital and realized that he had died. So they had reported the matter to the police. They put him in the morgue. They are waiting investigation.
All these old men that are having girlfriends, tell them take it
They didn't tell us his age, so he may also be young.
Look young now. Look at the man. This look at the young.
So that's the Commissioner of Police for Lagos State.
I did not see the picture. Oh, this is Mr.
Yes, they didn't tell us the age of the man in question. It's just a pity.
We know now to Daily Sun. Plateau Wells again. Ex-Anambra Governor Obiano for arraignment over 4.8 billion naira fraud. Will resist Shell's exit from Niger Delta without cleanup and compensation, says the organization there, CPEJ. Tinubu meets South-South monarchs, assures on completion of East-West Road. Traders protest harassment of officials in Anambra. INEC alerts of plans to disrupt by-elections by party supporters and candidates. And yeah, okay, which story?
The Niger Delta. So the particular group, the CEPEJ, actually stands for Center for Justice and Center for Peace and Environmental Justice. And they were speaking concerning the fact that SPDC, that's Shell Petroleum Development Company, they will resist their exits from Nigeria. The Shell has already announced that they were going to exit Nigeria. They've sold their onshore assets. They've sold it to a group of companies led by Renaissance and 4 other companies. However, they said that they need to clean up the Ogoni area. The cleanup has been pending for such a long time, and there's a need for it to be done now. And that if they leave, there might be a case of, oh, it wasn't us that did it, or the company has been sold. So the environmentalists and stakeholders in Niger Delta have made this position known in Abuja by its national coordinator, Sheriff Molad, during the press conference, and he said that the federal government should do the needful They will not allow Shell to exit the land until the proper cleanup is done. The president should have conversations with them. There's been a lot of illegal bunkering that is degrading the area even further. He pointed out that there's immediate concern to ensure that the buyout is not complete. That's the Shell is trying to sell out their stake. Is not complete until they have already done their part in fixing or in cleaning up the program. That the cleanup has been promised, but it's been failed. But now they want a complete job before Shell exits Nigeria. I think it is not a bad request to make.
So still on the Niger Delta, they've been talking about how to get a better infrastructure for the Niger Delta, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assured the South-South Monarch Forum that he will look into the construction of the East-West Road. They said that the contract for dualization of the 338-kilometer East-West Road was awarded in 4 sections to 4 different contractors under the Olusegun Obasanjo administration. But almost 2 decades later, nothing was, done to the roads. Now, the Abdul Ningi-led Senate ad hoc committee on fact-finding on the East-West Road last October had expressed, concern over the duplication of the East-West Road contract by the Federal Ministry of Works, Niger Delta Development Commission, that's the NDDC, state and local government. And so that's, sort of threw up a lot of compromises, and they were not able to get anywhere with the concept and construction. So speaking to the State House correspondent after meeting with the President Tinubu at the presidential villa, the chairman of Delta State Traditional Rulers, Felix Mojabiro, and paramount ruler of Emoha Kingdom, Sergeant Awuse, and also the monarchs, had a catalog of what they wanted the president to do. They said he is a listening president, so they would like him to look into this. They talked about the fact that Niger Delta does not have good infrastructure, in as much as the fact that most of the resources are coming from Niger Delta. They need to do the place properly. They also talked about opening some of the ports in the region, because by that, when that is done, they will have proper employment for the youths of Niger Delta. And they're asking them to redefine, what they talk when they talk about crude stealing. That sometimes it seems as if they are putting it on the youths, that they are the ones stealing the crude, but they need to look deep within to see that it's not even the youths of the state that are putting in the crude, and have conversations with the stakeholders, the local chiefs, so that they feel like they belong to the place and they can protect the resources there.
Governor of Plateau State, Governor Caleb, has declared or imposed a 24-hour curfew in the Mangu local government area of the state. And the Sun then said this is following the 200 people who were murdered during the Christmas Eve, the massacre that happened in 3 local governments in Barakin-Ladi, Bodos, and Mangu across the state. And his statement is the Director of Press and Public Affairs says this new directive is following the deteriorating security situation in the state. The recent one is just, what they call skirmishes between the Fulani headsmen, but the governor in his wisdom thinks this is the time to issue it. I would have preferred this curfew was immediately following those massacres so that, it is caught, but this is when it was.
Right. So the immediate past governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, will today be arraigned on a 9-count charge before the Abuja division of the Federal High Court. Sorry?
Is he around?
Well, they're expecting him to be in court today over an alleged over 4 billion naira money laundering offenses. Guess what? We'll be talking about this security vote. Well, this is one of those. The anti-graft agency alleged that the ex-governor moved over 4 billion naira from security votes into different accounts. Added that the money was at various times changed into dollar and now given to him in cash.
Wow.
That's an allegation. So competent sources at the commission confirmed to Daily Sun that Obiano will be prosecuted by Sylvester Tahir before Justice Iyan Eko of the Federal High Court. The chairman of the EFCC, that's Olu Kayode, had recently vowed to review all abandoned high-profile cases, especially those involving former governors and ministers. Okay, let's take the Vanguard. How federal government others gained over ₦1 trillion from naira depreciation. Implement #EndSARS report. US tells federal government. EFCC arraigns Obiano over the alleged 4 billion naira fraud today. $20 billion Dangote refinery marketers propose payments in naira. Rivers elders kick as court shuns suit against Tinubu's peace pact. Why we impeach Speaker, says Ogun Assembly, and jackpot over 32,000 Nigerians apply for international passports in 2 weeks. Standoff in Plateau as police battle 16 sacked PDP lawmakers. Which story?
Okay, Ogun State House of Assembly, 18 members of the House out of the 26 members were able to, impeach the Speaker yesterday, Mr. Olakunle Oluomo, and they voted and put Mr. Oluda Eselemide as the new Speaker representing the state. They said that the grounds for the removal of the Speaker was for alleged high-handedness, lack of focus and transparency, arrogance and poor leadership style, financial misappropriation and inciting members against themselves. So they have shall remove him, but the drama, you can find the video online.
Let me take the story of immigration. I don't know why they tagged the Japa, but apparently they said Nigerians are rushing to leave. Did they tell you they were collecting the passport so they can leave? 32,462 persons have so far applied in 2024.
It's small now.
And they have already scheduled. They have already scheduled 15,000 for biometric capture and production, which is 50% of the total application. So the conversation is that there's always been the process is faster now. Obviously, they said that out of the assessments. In briefly, the journalist said the assessment of the 32,000 applications, 11,500 were awaiting approval, while 3,400 were who made payments were yet to book appointment, and 50% of the total application have been successfully approved for biometric capture, which is an improvement on what had been on ground before. He clarified that they've always automated the system, but what is different now is you can upload all your additional documents. Supporting documents can be uploaded online and it will be processed. That for the people that did not even get approval is because some got rejected because the documents probably did not have issues, and there's a 24/7 help desk from the Nigerian Immigration Service to help out with all the challenges. Okay. All of this is proof.
The marketers concerning this Dangote refinery, they are all waiting. Everybody is anticipating.
I think they're done Nigeria.
The Ipman has said that they had proposed to Dangote refinery that, listen, let's also transact in Naira. Currently right now, there's a registration ongoing for the management of Dangote, and have announced the commencement of registration of distributors of lifting and distribution of the refined products across the nation. So that is on way right now. But Ipman is saying, listen, as we are registering, we're still talking to them and telling them to tell us what the modalities would be. Are you going to give us some credits, or are you going to give us in dollars or Naira? But we are proposing to transact Naira.
Would they be paying in Naira?
But they are yet to find, because a lot of speculations, like Tope and Co have been speculating that they're going to transact in dollars. But we are hoping.
Naira. Now let's strengthen this Naira.
Would he pay Nigeria in crude oil? Naira.
So we are waiting for them.
If he pays in Naira, if they are buying, they should buy in Naira.
So if you pay in
Do you understand?
The entire nation should be
buying crude oil. Yes, strengthen the Naira. If he buys the crude from Nigeria in Naira.
Before, maybe that's our crude now. It's not importing the crude from anywhere. So
if he pays so he should not sell to us in dollars. He should sell to us in Naira.
Okay. Final paper. Let's find a story of not taking. Incessant tariff increase may hinder all subsidy removal, says Ipman. Fruit sellers, carpenters, others, artisans may pay between 500 Naira and 50,000 Naira yearly. That's Oyo State said to begin presumptive tax system. Why Oluomo was sacked as the speaker, EFCC to arraign Obiano, I talked about that. Unable to write Abiodun congratulates him on the Supreme Court verdict. And why Abba Kyari fought me, says Femi additional. Okay,
so public hearing has started for Oyo State for what they titled the Oyo State Presumptive Tax Bill 2023, which has passed second reading at the House of Assembly, and it is to capture those whose taxes cannot be ascertained, whose income cannot be ascertained for the purpose of tax assessment, and they are not also covered under the pay as you earn or direct assessment, and they are artisans, so they'll start to pay between 500 Naira to 50,000 Naira annually as presumptive tax. The different artisans, bricklayers, block makers, plumbers, all of that will be assessed according to what is presumed to be their income, and they'll pay between.
Okay, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, we want our hot topic of today. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.